So, Ohio weather sucks again. This whole back and forth between summer and spring, and I'm going to say fall because it's been getting colder than spring weather would. But anyway, it sucks. Man, things are going good. Things are going real good. Yesterday was arm day, and I finally got my 3 solid reps in at 345, which was really impressive to me. I've been working really hard to get there. Doing 2 reps, and the second rep was always sloppy. Finally got it to where I got 3 good solid reps of it, and I know that's not like super impressive. It's impressive to me though because it's been a long time. I stopped lifting for quite a while, and because I stopped lifting for quite a while, it took me a while to build back up to where I was. I'm still not where I'm at, where I used to be, but I'm getting there. Work in progress. But things are going good, man. I want to touch on conformity and what it's like to have to find a way to be a part of the general populace without losing yourself in it. Because I feel like that's a big problem that a lot of us face as adults. You know, kids face it all the time just because schools have cliques, high schools have cliques. You fall into your own little category. You know, you got your goths, you got your jocks, you got your nerds, and all that stuff. There's that whole category realm. But we fall into it as adults too. And I don't think a lot of adults realize, I don't think it dawns on us how much we fall into categories or that kind of scenario. So I'm going to give you some of the examples that I've seen. For instance, like one of my previous videos when I talked about how, you know, your crowd, birds of a feather flock together, your crowd pretty much it represents you. It's kind of the same thesis, but I'm going to take it all across the board. Not just your friends, your workplace. Your workplace is a place of conformity. You have to conform at work to a degree. And that's the thing. It's to a degree. You have to conform when you're at work because your responsibility to your job is to be a good representation of their company, of their brand, to hold yourself to their standard. What I mean by their standard is whatever it is, you know, where you have to wear your uniform, you have to approach people in certain ways. It's like cell phone sales reps, they do this all the time. People get annoyed with them. I get annoyed with them. But it's their job, you know? When they come up to you, hey, so who's your cell phone carrier? And they throw that pitch at you, and it's like, man, I don't want to talk to you. And they honestly don't want to talk to you either. I'm just saying. But all of us have to work. We have to make a living, and that's the way it is. And in some jobs, you know, you have that freedom to be yourself completely, and because you're your own boss, or you're an artist, or a musician, or one of those really, really awesome jobs that not all of us have. But then again, you've got people who work at McDonald's, Wendy's, I don't know, Kmart, those kind of jobs where you have to be in a uniform, you have to act a certain way, you have to dress a certain way, you have to talk a certain way. The thing is, though, to make sure you don't lose yourself when you're inside of that. And what I mean by lose yourself, I mean, yeah, do what they want you to do. Do those things that you need to do to obtain and secure your job. But bring what you've got to the table too. And I know this sounds kind of ballsy because not all of us are massive contributors to any degree, but bring your thoughts, bring your ideas to the table and offer them. Offer your opinion on a regular. If people don't like your opinion, I mean, that there might be a problem with that there. But for the most part, like, good feedback, real feedback is awesome. And you need to do that. I do it on a regular at my job. People that work with me do it with me. And it's awesome because you not only help your employer, but you help yourself because you don't box you don't box yourself in. You don't put yourself. Oh, shut up! Stupid light. Anyway, you box yourself in when you don't do the things that I'm talking about. Like when you don't share your ideas, share your thoughts. I don't want to say you limit yourself, but you stop yourself from being you. And you can't do that. Even if what you think or how you work, your thoughts don't mesh with the people that are around you, you still need to be you. I mean, that translates into everything. Your relationships too. Your friendships, your relationships with your girlfriend, boyfriend, husband, wife, whatever. You cannot just be compliant all the time. You can't. One, it's not human to just be compliant all the time. And two, it's not you. You're not being yourself. And that's never a good thing. Because eventually what happens is you fit into this role, and it's just like it is in high school. You fit into this role, and then you start doing those things to stay in that image. You do things to fit into that role, and it becomes part of who you are. And so you start actually getting shaped by those things. And in some ways, that's not a bad thing. In some ways, like, our work environments can be really, really healthy, and they can instill in us a great sense of pride and all that good stuff. But you still got to be you. You still need to be who you are, because you are very, very important. God only made one of you. God only made one of me. And the reason why is because there's not meant to be more than just one of you. You're special. You were made and designed and crafted by the Creator to do what you do as yourself. And when you trap yourself in a position to where you conform to everything that's going on around you, you put yourself in a place where you stop that growth. You stop the ability to do those works that you're meant to do. Sometimes conflict is necessary. Oh my God, that light's gonna drive me nuts. But sometimes it's gonna cause conflict, and it's not always gonna be pretty. And things are never always going to work out just the way you want them to. And not everybody's going to be like, oh yeah, great job, that was a good idea. And that's okay. They're not meant to. Like, that's fine. But you're still being you. It's the same way it is in high school. Like, I don't know. My high school experience was different than most. But when I went to school, there were groups. You had your jocks over here, You had your really smart, nerdy people over here, the people that like excelled phenomenally in school. You had your in-betweens, you know, and you had your gothic, emo, whatever you want to call them, people off in the distance or whatever. And everybody stayed inside their own little clique, and everybody acted a certain way inside those cliques because they wanted to remain in those cliques. That light is driving me bonkers. But because of that, like, until they branched out, till you branched out, I know until I branched out of that, it was hard. It was really, really hard. Because it made you second guess who you were as a person. And growing up, like, you second guess yourself a million times over, you're supposed to, because that's part of the growing experience when you're, you know, coming up as a kid. But as an adult, it does the same thing. It completely barricades you into a place where your only thought is, you know, to get through A, I've got to go, or to get to B, I got to go through A, to get to C, I got to go through B, and it puts you in steps to where you just, it becomes almost like you're on autopilot. And that's never good, because you're not yourself an autopilot. I don't know. Food for thought. Maybe I'm the only one that sees that kind of stuff. I don't know. Maybe not. I'm just saying, when you let yourself get into a place where you conform to your surroundings, you lose yourself in the process. And I'm not trying to say that you're brainwashed and you can never get it back, but I'm saying you'll never be able to see what you can do unless you do it. That's just where I'm at. You can't excel if you don't give yourself the opportunity to excel. And all of us have the ability to excel. Like I said, food for thought. I was just thinking about it because I've seen so many people, smart, very, very smart, very talented people, I don't want to say necessarily trap themselves, but put themselves in a place where their creativity, the things that make them amazing, get kind of put into a box, and it's not good. It's not good.